So an assignment simply means to sell your purchase agreement to someone else before closing. They essentially take over in your shoes under the original contract. However, you do still remain liable if the new buyer fails to close. The assignment process is relatively simple. You find a new buyer and sign a purchase agreement. However, my advice is do not sell your unit on assignment in Calgary unless you have absolutely no other option. My clients have always been better off closing on the property and then immediately selling it if they're not going to keep it. This is because the assignment market in Calgary did not exist until 2024, whereas in Toronto and Vancouver, it's been around for 20, 30 years. This is because until relatively recently, buildings in Calgary were built, finished, and then sold. They weren't being sold pre-construction off of floor plans like they are today. Many buyers and even agents who live in Calgary don't even understand what an assignment is. It's that new. This restricts your potential pool of buyers by well over 90%, mainly because developers do not allow you to post units on Realtor.ca or MLS or any other public-facing website, which makes marketing assignments incredibly difficult. And end users, those people that are going to live in the unit, they aren't going to buy an assignment because they need to be able to walk through the unit, envision their life there, and you can't do that with a pre-construction property. So without end users, that only leaves you with investors who are willing to take an assignment off your hands. And investors need an immediate profit to be willing to step in. They are not a charity. And there are very few investors even willing to do that right now. Because you are competing with assignments in the GTA, where I have seen people giving up $200,000, $300,000 deposits on their purchases there. And it is the same pool of investors that you are trying to sell your Calgary unit to. Now, I go into much more detail about assignments on my guide on my website on condomillionaire.com/assignments. So head over there for much more information about assignments. But in the current market, in most cases, you're going to need to price your unit 15 to 20% below your original purchase price and pay a realtor commission on top of that, plus legal and closing costs. So unless you can't get a mortgage, it nearly always makes sense to close on the property and then sell it. You will get more money. If you're considering an assignment, I'd be happy to give you a valuation of the current market value, so get in touch.